Good morning and happy Monday. So let the record show that I wrote this sales tip on January 22nd, so I do not know the outcome of the Super Bowl. A quick tip before we get to the tip of the week, which is if you sell nationally, I would highly recommend that you focus your guns on the city of the winning team, because I know up here in Boston, where we have been incredibly spoiled since 2001, there tends to be a little bit of a euphoria that you might want to benefit from. So just a quick tip before the tip. I certainly hope the Patriots win, but if they don't, then turn your guns on Philadelphia. Congratulations, Eagles. We've been gluttonous. So listen, this is what I want to talk to you about this week. I received an email a couple of weeks ago, and the email started with the words, "Just so we're clear." Now, think about that in a second, all right? You just heard me say that. Think about that in two different contexts. If I said to you, hey, just so we're clear, make your sales call on the winning team, and just so we're clear, I really want the Patriots to win. You're getting a visual on my face, you're looking at my eyes, you're looking at my mouth, you're listening to my attitude. The written word is incredibly more powerful. So I took this, and it was really kind of interesting because there's a second part to this tip. I took this as, just so we're clear, pal. Like, let me tell you something. And I was really taken aback by it because I've never spoken to this person before. She was brand new to one of my training programs. And we had a call coming up in a couple of days. So the second part of this sales tip is to encourage you not to make assumptions. That's the path that I took. I assumed the positive. I assumed, well, this is just a snapshot. Maybe she's having a bad day. Maybe she didn't really mean it. And I can always get mad later. It's a lesson I've tried to teach my kids, especially my oldest daughter. You can always get mad later. There's no need to get offended. There's no need, because you can up it. You could write back and say, excuse me? Would you clarify that? And of course, that's going to get misinterpreted. So maybe a third lesson here is don't put it in writing. If there's any kind of emotion or edge, don't put it in writing, because you could make something that's not that big, bigger. So we get on the phone in a couple of days, and I laughed and I said, Larry, I got to tell you something before we get going here. It really struck me wrong that you started your email with, just so we're clear. And she said, I'm sorry about that. She said, I am incredibly frustrated with my job. And the frustration came out in those 5 words. Just so we're clear. 4 words. And it was, we talked about it, we laughed about it. And I thought, here's a reminder for future sales tips. So don't put it in writing. Be very careful about the assumption that you make. Make the positive assumption if at all possible. Assume that somebody doesn't really mean it that way. Call for clarification. Even say to someone, I don't want to misinterpret this, so would you please clarify the meanings of your words? And what else do they say? Bad news gets delivered best in person, and good news can be written down, and things like that. You just be very careful about the difference between the written word and the spoken word. In grammar in particular, of course, I could get into this whole conversation about what the millennials think and that generation and their use of language and things like that, which I'll save for a later date as soon as I know something about it, which is not now. But in any event, that's it for this week. Go Patriots. I certainly hope there's a duck boat celebration coming up in our near future. And I've been incredibly blessed and spoiled up here. And if the Eagles win, congratulations. I'm really happy for you. That's it. We'll talk to you next week. Have a great selling week, everyone.